Hello. So today's video is gonna be called Frankian's not roof talk, because I'm not on the roof. I'm gonna do two kinds of talks now from now. Okay. On the roof, I'm gonna talk about metaphysical and philosophical issues, where ideas are lofty. That's why I'm on the roof. But for this section of the videos of the series, whatever that I'm gonna start doing, it's about it's grounded. I'm gonna be on the ground. I'm gonna walk down the street like everyday man. I'm gonna talk about my story, because like Bio 3S training and Haas training have those videos where they recall their childhood, their teenage years, and where they tell their own stories. And I think I've got some pretty fucked up stories to tell as well. Shit that really happens to me, and I think the shit that happens reflects my idealism or my philosophy or my thoughts, my mind, and my body even, just as well as the ideas that I try to conjure up. Anyway, so this particular story is about my Corolla. I had a favorite car. That was this Toyota Corolla 2006. I got a gold Toyota Corolla. I don't even have the picture of it. It's like Rose's memory of Leonardo DiCaprio in Titanic, or Jack. Doesn't even have a picture of it. It's only my memory. Alright, that's how fucked up it was. That's how short-lived my Toyota Corolla was in my life. Okay, let me just make sure it's recording. I think the third day that I got it, I completely destroyed the front door on the left side, the driver's side, the door. What happened was that in my apartment there was a huge column, right, in the garage. Right, the column is right here, and my car was right here. And the other side of the column is the parking space for my neighbor. Okay, so basically this is the column right here, and this is my Corolla. And I got in my car and I forgot to shut the door. And the column was right here, and my door was right here. Okay, column here, door in front of it, car right here. So I forgot to shut the door, and I stepped on not only did I forget to shut the door, I stepped on the gas pedal too hard, thinking that was I was releasing the brake slowly, but I was really stepping on the gas pedal. So boom, I backed up really fast, and the door hit the column, and it just completely fell off. The third day of my Corolla life, I had no door. My door fell off, and I had to get it fixed for like $10,000. I don't know how much. It was a lot. I forgot how much it was. Got a new door and everything. I should have got a door of a different color, but I didn't. But so it looked like new after a week after it was fixed. The second event that happened to my Corolla was when I almost ran out of gas. So I was driving. I'm the kind of person that only gets gas when the red light starts blinking. It's more fun that way. It's like you're sort of gambling with death. You don't know when you're gonna go. I think that makes me want to live in the present a little bit more. So the red light started blinking. I was like, fuck yeah, I need some gas right now. Okay, I need some gas. So I went to the gas station. Okay, so I went to the gas station. You know how okay, let me keep. I don't want to give that part away. So I got my gas and I took out the handle. All right, the lever, the gas pump, whatever you call it, and it was huge. I was like, what the fuck's going on? It was fucking huge. I was like, oh, this must be a crazy ass gas station. This must be a gas station for the alphas, So anyway, so I got that gas pump and I tried to stick it into the what's it called? I don't really know my car anatomy. I try to stick it into the pussy. I'll just call it pussy. Alright, the pussy. I stick it into the pussy of the car, and the pussy was too tight. I couldn't fit into there. I was like, this something's not right here. Alright, either the pump was too big or my car was too tight. Either way, it didn't work that well. So I just tried the best I can to just try to stick it in there. Use all my effort to stick the cock into the pussy, right? So, but they still wouldn't fit because a car is not a human being. You know how a human being, if you try to stick a big cock inside a small, tight virgin's vagina, you can sort of just you can rip the flesh. You can cut it, or you can just use force to just make the pussy just a little tighter, even though it hurts. It's still, you can sort of stick it in there. But a car is made of metal. You can't do that to a car, right? No tissue allowed, right? There's no tissue that can expand and contract. So what I did was incredibly intelligent. I sort of just let the tip of the gas handle, the dick, and I just touched the pussy a little bit like that. And then the gasoline just shoot right inside the car's vagina. Okay, just shoot inside. Didn't have to go in. It's like coming in a girl's pussy without entering the putting your dick actually inside the vagina. So that was what happened. Metal could do that. Flash, you couldn't, right? Yeah. So I had a good aim, and then I pumped all the gasoline in my car. I drove. I was happy. Yes, gasoline, full of gas. Tom Cruise, and I drove for like 5 minutes. And guess what? The car came to a complete halt. It stopped. I was like, "What is going on?" I just got gasoline. Okay, so the car just stopped completely. It was just like it was dead. So what did I do? I called 911. No, not 911. Who did I call? I called Craigslist. No, not Craigslist. AAA. I called AAA. I looked at my phone book and I called AAA. AAA, the first one. That was the first number on my phone book. AAA. I called that number, and guess what? Some Hispanic guy came to my rescue about 2 hours later, and then he couldn't figure out what the fuck was going on with my car. He was like, inspecting the parts. He was like, looking in it with the binocular, and he was like trying to, read the menu and shit. And then finally, he touched my pussy, the car's pussy, and then he smelled it. He smelled the lubricant. He was like, something was licking. It was like cream pie, right? He was like, "This ain't no gasoline. This diesel." He told me. I put diesel in my car. I didn't even know what diesel was. So I was like, "What the fuck's going on, right?" And then he told me that this diesel is for trucks. I was like, "Okay, diesel for trucks." And then he's like, "This car cannot be driven. You can't drive this car anymore. You have to take this car to the back to the shop, and then you have to replace your whole engine or some shit." So I did. Another $10,000 gone. Maybe not 10,000, but it was a lot. So, but then again, I got my car back, good as new, with a freaking brand new engine. The third and the final blow that got rid of my Corolla was this. This one is actually the simplest tale to tell. No complication at all. I drove into a ditch, okay? There was a huge ditch in front of my house. They were doing construction. The ditch was fucking huge. I couldn't believe I didn't even see the ditch. It was like from here to here. That's how huge the ditch was. It was like the size of this pavement right here. They dig a giant hole, like really long. Like if my house was right here, if this was my house, this was the ditch. Like this whole area here was completely like they dug it out, they cleared it up, and it was like a huge ditch. It was like pretty tall. It was like probably as tall as me. Maybe even taller. It was like twice my size. It was a tall ditch. Anyways, so yeah, I just drove right into it. I made a U-turn because I missed my house. I drove past my house because I was thinking about some creative art project, and I missed my house. And then I drove into the ditch, and that was the final blow. The car just blew up. And dude, man, those all true stories, dude. Yeah, man. So yeah, so no more Corolla. That's it. Yeah, I got the ditch, and then I called AAA again, and guess what they did? They had to tow my car out of the fucking ditch. Can you believe it? I saw my car being towed out of they had a hook and hooked out of front of my car. They towed it out of the ditch. And then even though the guy told me this car is total, they still had to pull it out. So it was like trying to like rescue a dead corpse or some shit, It was useless. Anyway, so that's just how my brain works, Like I was thinking about too much abstract and artistic, philosophical issues that I couldn't keep up with the everyday shit. I couldn't keep up with the diesel. I didn't know what diesel was. I couldn't keep up with I couldn't see the ditch, and I couldn't. I didn't know my car, the door wasn't closed. Yeah. So I mean, this is actually pretty common among artists and creatives. I know I'm not, giving myself an excuse to act like this, to have no concern for the everyday, like not comparing myself to Einstein or anything like that. But Einstein was known to he always forgets his luggage, puts it on the floor, and he just walks off, and he always forgets his keys, and shit like. So that's the end of my story with my Toyota Corolla, and I had that car for a total of I think 2 months. You mad, bro? You jelly about my car, huh, bro?
Can't anybody see?